Good evening with the Lime Sports World. I'm Damien Best. Well, centuries from Kirk Edwards and Dwayne Bravo propelled the West Indies to their highest total in any format in 5 months as they crushed New Zealand by a whopping 203 runs in the 5th and final ODI of the series at Hamilton this morning. After being sent in, Edwards blasted 12 fours and 4 sixes en route to his maiden one-day 100, scoring an unbeaten 123, while skipper Bravo got 106 as the Windies racked up 363 for 4 in their 50 overs. Before that, opener Kieran Powell raced to 73 from just 48 deliveries. In response, the Kiwis were blown away for 160 thanks to 4 for 45 from Nikita Miller and 2 wickets each from Jason Holder and Andre Russell. It means the series ended drawn at 2 games apiece. The T20 series begins on Sunday morning, Barbados time. Well, Craig Brathwaite and Kevin Stout will be in the main team leading the way for Barbados in the upcoming Regional Super 50 tournament. CBC Sports has been reliably informed that Brathwaite and Stout have been chosen to captain Barbados in the 4-day and 50-over formats respectively, following a board meeting on Monday night that finished early Tuesday morning. Now, CBC Sports will continue to follow that story as it unfolds. Meanwhile, a former Barbados captain, Ryan Hines, has broken his silence on his non-selection for the Regional Super 50 side. The 32-year-old all-rounder spoke with CBC's Shane Jones.
One thing was clear when Ryan first reached out to me and indicated that he had to get some stuff off his chest. This was a man that was hurting.
I feel very disappointed. When you look at my history over the years in terms of captaining Barbados and the way how I've performed, I feel aggrieved. When you look at the stats, obviously I spoke to a very well-known statistician, and my career stats are up there with people like Cara Hooper. And I'm not one to really speak about myself, but I certainly had enough. Worked really hard in the last 2 years. At the beginning of this 2013 season, the chairman selectors called me and explained to me, they're looking to export players, and I took that on the chin. I was mandated to work with the BCA coaches. I've done that. Training 4 times a week and been working really hard for 3 to 4 months before I went off to my first stint to Dubai, and I kept in contact with the chairman and selectors, inform him if I'm still part of their plans, and the answer was yes.
Hines remains baffled at his non-inclusion and says it has set him back in terms of his goals to play the CPL and even the 2015 World Cup. Hines believes he was slighted over the years as captain.
I took over in 2005-2006. Unfortunately, because of the ruling, we tied with Trinidad because they beat us at Carlton. They went on to be winners, and then the next year, in 2007, Barbados won the cup. Mind you, after that, I didn't even have the opportunity to defend the cup after leading Barbados to victory. Likewise in 2010. Unfortunately, we were joint winners. I didn't have the opportunity to defend the cup in 2011. These are the sort of things that obviously set me back, played with my mind, played with my emotions, and I'm very hurt. I'm very crestfallen the way how I've been treated in Barbados cricket.
So Ryan, from the squad selected for this Super 50 tournament, do you think that you are an easy fit into that squad?
When you look at on the home front, playing for Empire, dominated elite cricket, dominated 50-over cricket, dominated T20 cricket. Now you tell me, what's the criteria for making the Barbados cricket team?
Is Ryan Hines past his best?
When you say past my best, I've peaked certainly between the ages of 27 to 30. If you look at my career stats in the last few years, yes, in 2012 it wasn't fruitful or successful. It's by my standards, it was very moderate and mediocre. But when you look at the overall side of Ryan Hines' career, I did really well. And if you're going to judge me after one career, I mean, that's very unfortunate. One season, that's very unfortunate.
The words of a former skipper. Shane Jones, CBC Sports.
We're back. Well, the rain stayed away last night and allowed the first set of semi-finals to be completed in the inter-parish road tennis competition. Playing at the Dighton Power Roach facility in Bushall, St. Michael made it into the finals of both the A and B categories. However, the tables turned in the Masters section as Charles Taylor and Ricky Hoyt of St. Thomas did enough to beat Jeffrey Lane and Patrick Craigwell of St. Michael and book their spot in the finals as well. Now here's a look at some of the matchups. Action in the Masters category. Jeffrey Ben Crosby Lane of St. Michael closest to the screen up against Charles Taylor of St. Thomas. Well, Lane, aka the jumping tadpole, collecting the point on the error by Taylor. Then Lane put himself in prime position for the next point. Taylor defending and Lane with the point down the line. However, it was Taylor who took the first set, 22-20. Lane with a couple of errors as well, including this one. Can't put it away. In the second set now, Taylor showing he's no pushover, beating Lane with the forearm drive. Absolutely sugar. Then Lane making his opponent work before Taylor found the opening. Delightful stroke. Lane never had a chance. But the jumping tadpole knew he had to come good for his parish. Taylor aggressive, asking questions. Lane recovering well. Then Taylor with the cardinal sin. What a rally. Point to Lane and the set, 21-19.
Players, please turn.
In the third and decisive set, will it be Taylor or Lane? Lane says, I want it the most. And indeed, Lane will deliver the goods. Match point. And the umpire calling that one long. Jeffrey Lane beating Charles Taylor 20-22, 21-19, 23-21. In the A category now, Mark Venom Griffith of St. Michael playing Anderson Seeley of St. John in the black shirt. Well, Seeley looked in good touch early on in this encounter. Griffith made to fetch it on a number of occasions. Then the back arm into the net. Point to Seeley. Then Seeley with a classic forearm shot down the line, which Venom could not return. But there is a reason why he's rated so highly. Lucky bounce off the net and Griffith gives it the rightful treatment to make it 2016. Then set point, Griffith with a vicious cross-court shot. He takes the set 21-16. Seeley just can't believe it. In the second, Griffith unleashed his full arsenal of shots. Too much pace on that one for Seeley. What did Seeley have to offer? A bit of magic, catching Griffith on his heels with the injection, better known as the drop shot. Well executed. Then the point of the night, after some back and forth between the two players, a master stroke from Seeley, and the finish was even more dramatic. However, Griffith would slam the door shut on his opponent, handing him a sow to wrap up the contest. Seeley off the net and outside. Mark Venom Griffith of St. Michael, a comfortable winner in the end over Anderson Seeley of St. John, 21-16, 21-9.